What's up guys? Today we have a very cool 10th scale drift car. My very first. This should be a lot of fun. Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
Amelia has joined us in nap mode. We have, believe it or not, this is probably the world's cheapest 10th scale drift car. Now with cheap usually comes sacrifice. We do have a brushed motor setup. Bear in mind, this is a $42 car. At price of filming this video, 42 bucks. Absolutely amazing 10th scale, like I said. Now the very interesting thing about this is that it comes with an ability to have a second battery inside. So they say it can hit up to 70 kilometers an hour with 2 batteries, which I think is insane. But with the 1 battery that's included, it can hit 50 kilometers an hour. So crazy, I just don't know if that's gonna be possible. 1 battery goes mounted up here, right? It's a nickel cadmium battery, so there's 1 bit of sacrifice. And the other's mounted down here. And like I said, it comes with 1. The trim is on the bottom of the car. It's not fully proportional steering or throttle, so there's more sacrifice. But there are lights on this thing. I just can't wait to power it on and try it. Being my first drift car at $42, 10th scale. I mean, this should be a lot of fun. Let's see how it goes. Check this out. This is cool. Boom, lights.
Whoa.
It has lights.
Whoa, like the lights are in the wheels.
Isn't that awesome? It's really cool.
That's cool.
Now, like I said, not fully proportional, but when you turn, I think the lights change a little bit. And it's drift car, baby. Look at that go. Oh, that is too cool. 10th scale. Use that carpet to help me out. Now this is fun. This is fun. Abby, let's go see if we can drift around that flower pot down there. When's the last time you guys have seen this? Now this is 2.4 gigahertz, but look, 9 volt.
What?
Yeah, 9 volt. Thought that was crazy. And guys, before I get too far into this video, it also came with rubber street tires. Now these might have to be glued on. We're gonna play around with these after we drift some, but because this is our first drift car, we absolutely want to drift. So I'll do a little bit around that pot and then I'll pass the controls to you, Abby. This is fun. I'm talking now because it's pretty loud in here. Well, I'm bad.
I love the lights.
Me too.
That's what I like about this.
I thought I'd be better at this, but I'm not. So the guys that actually drive these, kudos.
They make it look easy.
They do make it look easy. Oh, it does look cool though, doesn't it? 10th scale, the body of that car looks really good. There we go. Now can I bring that action over to the flower pot? Let's see.
Nice.
Get a little smoother. Come on, baby, come on. Oh. I think it's your turn to give it a shot.
I'm gonna hit the flower pot. I've never driven anything like
I've never driven a drift car ever, an actual drift car. It is fun though, isn't it? I think the real issue with a drift car is that you have to have a good place to run it.
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh.
Power slide.
How do you do it?
Give it juice and keep the juice rolling. By the way, this is 4-wheel drive.
I like it.
Yeah. And it does have reverse. It's too cool. Whoops, I'm not even doing. I looked up because it's so awesome.
Where's it at?
Just juice it. There it goes. I believe that this probably is close to 50 kilometers an hour. That's like 30 or so miles an hour.
No.
It just got a lot of drift power going. All right, let's do this. Keep driving it, go crazy. Oh. You know our daughter is an RC kiddo. Sleeping right through it. Well, you must like it because you are not wanting to pass up the controls.
I just don't understand what I'm doing.
You're doing it. You're getting better.
Yeah, but how do you get it to go where you want it to go. So
All in just little tweaks of the steering. While you have
but it's
just
not proportional.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just little touch. Yeah. I think for an RC, if it's not going to be proportional, this might be a good time for it not to be proportional. This is my first drift car, so maybe I'm doing something wrong here, but I thought this rubber tire would stretch over this, but it does not. So I'm trying to pry off this slick part of the tire
with a knife.
With a knife, because it's all I've got on me. And I think, at first I thought, well, maybe I've got to take the tire off, because just the nut holding it on, but I don't think that would help. So am I doing something wrong?
Probably. Because we know nothing.
Yeah, I should have a shirt that says that. I've almost got this though. Don't do what I did, by the way, with a knife, and especially have
stupid.
Adult supervision. That was very stupid.
Maybe it's adult supervision.
I did get one of the tires off of there.
Look at what you did to the plastic.
I know, I cut it up.
Gosh.
I cut it up some. But I mean, if you just got this as a drift car, that was a lot of fun. But we wanted to try and test these tires too to see how it ran.
Is that facing the right direction?
Who cares at this point? I got one of them off of there. And it seems to be going on pretty good, so I think you do have to take those off. But wow, that was difficult. If you guys have a better suggestion, first of all, don't use a knife.
Yeah, like a flathead or something.
Do that. Maybe we'll just do one street tire.
At least do two.
I'll try to get the other back one off of there. And then, yeah, I do want to see how fast this goes. We're just going to drive it in this empty parking lot out here. That was so much fun though, as a drift car. And this is what I say for the whole hobby in general. For drones, if you've never tried a drone before.
Birds are loud up there.
They're like, we want to be in the video too. If you've never tried an RC plane, you know, there's some technology that if you've got the money, go for it. But in general, what I say is if you want to try drones, try a cheap one. If you want to try trucks, try a cheap one. And if you like it, step up to something more expensive. So after trying that drift car in there, kind of makes me want to step up to a nicer drift car and find a really cool, like, dedicated place to driving it, because that was just a little taste of the hobby. I just don't know how long this battery's going to last. Otherwise, Abby and I would still be in there driving this drift car around, because that's really what it was meant to be done. I just think it's awesome that it came with street tires too.
Who else is holding their breath as Nate is doing this?
I was going to say again, emphasis on do not do this at home.
Because you're tearing into the plastic.
I don't like that.
And you're kind of tearing this piece up too.
Just not really.
Kind of.
Yeah, I don't know any other way to do this, at least with what I have. There's probably some simple tool out there that does it, or someone's going to say like, all you had to do was put a little WD-40 on there and it comes it off. This is how we learn, right?
Yep.
Just don't lose a finger while you're doing it. There we go. So there, I did get that one. So let's put your other street tire. You've got one there, Abby?
That's right here.
Oh yeah, right there. And we'll at least get them going the same way. I think that's right. And then we will drive it.
It's gonna be like, is this 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive?
It's 4-wheel drive, yeah.
So this will make it kind of like 2-wheel drive.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it won't have good steering capability. The way I was doing that, if I were to do that on this front,
You'd really jam the steering. So
yeah, so we'll play around with that later, but this should give us a rough idea. So, power on, get those cool lights going. This is already on.
We're gonna sit down and drive?
Yeah.
We're kind of tired. We've been working in the yard a lot.
Well, it's not gonna track very well, but it'll drive straight. So let's go do a speed test out here. This thing looks like a showpiece when you go to the mall and you see a car sitting there. I mean, it looks really cool. But with those rubber tires on the back and the slick ones on the front, I wanted to see how it drove. So let's do that. It's kind of funny, actually.
Not as drifty?
Not as drifty, not even close.
The lights just look so cool. That's my favorite thing, is the lights.
Look at that.
Hold on, flip it upside down so they can see the little bulbs. It's kind of cool.
It is neat how they did this.
See that? Yeah, see the bulb? That looks so cool.
I think it's just good placement. It makes the tires look cool, and you can see the lights up inside too while you're driving around because of the clear windows.
So neat.
Here we go. Oh yeah. So I can't really steer, but I'm boogieing. I can steer when it slows down.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't be doing this because I'm tearing up those tires, but
Yep.
it is just a really cool looking car, and what you could do is upgrade this car easily. I just think it has a really good body style. I mean, in many cases, how much do RC bodies cost if you go to the hobby shop? 35, 40 bucks, right? For a clear one? Doesn't that just look good?
Yeah,
it's a good
I like
looking car. It's a really good looking car. I don't want to tear up my front tires, so I'm not going to drive this too much more, but I just had to test this car out. $42, and I hope it stays under $50 after we release our video. That thing is awesome. It is a 10th scale, ready to run drift car. It comes with a battery, a charger, it comes with the transmitter. You do need a 9-volt battery for that. And yeah, it's definitely missing a few things like proportional throttle, proportional steering. It is all or nothing on both of them. But it's 4-wheel drive, it has lights, and you saw it in there. Although it was loud in the mall there, it was a lot of fun to drive around and drift around. If you have a good place, maybe your YMCA will let you drive on the basketball court or something when they're not using it. I don't know. If you have a good place to drive, this thing is awesome. And I think a really good way to get into RC drift cars. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Guys, it'll be linked in the description box below. Thanks a lot for watching. Please give us some tips for drift cars. Please tell us what we did wrong. Tell us why this is bad and why I should get something more expensive, because I want to learn more about drift cars. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.
Bye.